We're ready for 125. Elijah Oliver, Devin Schnupp.
Yeah, and Schnupp has a tough time in this situation here. He's got to go against Oliver. You see his record 1-6 in the year, but in talking to Coach Sanderson, he's pleased with what Schnupp brings to the table here. A guy that has a good, solid work ethic, and one of the keys to this meet is just Elijah Oliver here for Indiana here. He's the heavily favored wrestler in this instance here. He's just got to go out there and really make a statement for his program.
Elijah Oliver, a four-time state champion. 3 of them in Tennessee, 1 at Washington, Illinois, where he wrestled for Brian Medlin, who's now the RTC, the Regional Training Center coach for the Fighting Illini in Champaign, Illinois, University of Illinois. Oliver was also a Fargo champion, highly touted, 2-time NCAA qualifier.
Yeah, he's got the explosiveness to be able to get off to the big start here. It's not something that, this is a great opportunity here for the Hoosier to go out there in front of a big crowd. There you see the coaching staff, Indiana, Dwayne Goldman. To his right, to our left there is Angel Escobedo, one of his national champion wrestlers that he's had. And surprisingly, Dwayne's a big guy, but Indiana has had a lot of success at this early weight here, 125-pound weight class, probably over the last 10 to 15 years. One of the best universities with regard to performances at this weight class. And Oliver's just following a nice tradition of 25-pounders. Joe Dubuque, the 2-time national champion. We mentioned Angel Escobedo, the 4-time All-American, is the assistant coach now.
A lot of great lightweight coaches at that there too. Nick Simmons, you just mentioned Angel Escobedo, the top assistant coach now. Mike Mena in the past, they've had a lot of lightweight coaches that's helped them, where they won 3 NCAA championships at 125, as you mentioned, in 4-year period, with Joe Dubuque, the 2 you talked about, and then Angel Escobedo getting a title as well. There's Angel Escobedo right there, the only 4-time All-American in Indiana Hoosier history. Also was 5th in the worlds, and so he's been great at all levels, Jim.
Yeah, and he's just coming. He's back. He was at Iowa State last season, and now he's come back to his alma mater. Wanted to make an impact. Great opportunity for him as associate head coach. And I look for a guy like him to go ahead and really, in the future, make an impact in the program.
Devin Schnupp. He is trying to get to the legs there, and he's just had a hard time finishing this year. Taking over for the departed Soriano, who is transferred and wrestling for Rutgers now. He's shot, but can't get through the hands defense by Schnupp.
Yeah, this is pretty good. That was a really important sequence there, because that Oliver is a good straight-on, double-leg guy. He's going to try to blow right through you, and that was a great job by Schnupp to be able to go ahead and drop his chest on this. He had dropped his chest on that, see it coming, saw the shot coming, and Oliver just really has to be persistent with these attacks, because it's really crucial that he gets it going here, gets a lead, and doesn't give Schnupp any confidence. Because this crowd will get behind him in a heartbeat if he shows any resiliency out there. I think he's doing a good job of presenting himself in the middle, and he's need to follow it up with a shot of his own. So good 6 good attacks there by Oliver.
Taking a look at the Flow Wrestling rankings, our partner in national rankings across the bottom there, the 125 pounds. Flow Wrestling, our partner in national rankings. That'll be across the screen every match for the weight class that's being competed.
Nice follow up off that 2-on-1 by Schnupp. He's going to follow it up here with an underhook on that left-hand side, kind of stay into the corner. Nice work by Oliver, working that head and arm. Referee's going to call stalemate.
Devin Schnupp wrestled at Warwick High School. He's Warwick's all-time career wins record at 156 wins for Warwick High School.
Looks like there's another blood timeout there, and a little bit of blood on the hand as well.
Today's keys to the meet are brought to you by Nebraska Wrestling Camps, the best team camps in the country. Jim?
Well, great opponent, great crowd, and your energy level for Indiana has to be able to meet that. The only thing that you control out here, you can't control your opponent or the crowd, but you can control your own energy. And then in this situation here, a fast start with your favorite wrestlers. And Elijah Oliver is a favorite wrestler, and you know what? He's not off to that fast start yet. Schnupp has done a good job with just being in the middle there, being alert and ready for that shot. See the hand fighting there, another straight on shot. Not much of a setup there for that, just trying to catch him and stepping in. You see that a little bit more of action, a little more footwork. But good move by Schnupp, you know, a guy with a 1-6 record going against a pretty savvy veteran in Oliver. That was a good period for him, and he did a nice job of fighting off a lot of those shots in the feet.
End of the first period. No score in the first period. Now Schnupp will come on top for Elijah to start underneath. Elijah Oliver. Good start to the year.
Again, part of that good start, good quick escape. 8 seconds.
Some action in here, work here.
Now really the onus is on Schnupp to see if he can go ahead and get a shot of his own off, right, and get to a good angle. See how he's just kind of standing on the tracks right there? That really does favor Oliver. He likes to go ahead and have his opponents come out of their stance. He'll drop right in on that double. He's operating in space.
Get out of that grip. Get out of that grip. Action here.
A couple of fakes there by Schnupp. You tell you know, Schnupp's not a bad size 125 pounder. Looks pretty strong.
Oliver, a junior, ended his career at Washington, Illinois, as I said, under the tutelage of Brian Medlin. 3 state titles in Tennessee and a state title for Illinois. 2-time NCAA qualifier, but hasn't gotten on the podium yet. Trying to figure that out, Jim, because he's got a lot of talent.
He does have a lot of talent, and you've seen in duels where he's been able to go out there and get some, rack up some points, and very athletic, and you know, and again, Schnupp is the one that's not favored here, so he hasn't been as aggressive on his own offense. But I think that Oliver's the type of guy that the more you wrestle him, the more that you run into that explosiveness that he has. And this match has just been broke up several times here with this injury time, and of course, when you have blood time, there is no limit on it.
Talked about Oliver not getting on the podium at the NCAAs. He's been 5th and 6th in the Big Ten championships, knocking on the door, qualifying for the NCAAs. Has even been seeded going into the NCAAs, and this is a year that he is hopeful. And we've talked about with Angel Escobedo in the room. He's certainly a coach that's been there in the same uniform, and a great inspiration to the Hoosier wrestlers in the room.
Yeah, look for Oliver. I mean, he's got a little coaching there. Look for him to go ahead and, you see how he's working the head a little bit. That's one of the points of emphasis. You can't really pop the guy in the head way too many times. There's the guy shot, double leg. He's got both legs. Going to go ahead and circle him to his rear end. Going to scoop the bottom leg. Schnupp's doing a pretty good job of fighting this, keeping his right knee above, but does a nice job of clearing. Oliver does, and gets the 2-point takedown.
So an escape and a 2-point takedown right at the end of the second period. Oliver goes into the third period ahead 3-0 now as he comes on top. Schnupp will get his opportunity underneath.
Yeah, and that was just well done. Just you can see that he just kind of stayed a little bit more intense with the shots. Shot fakes, got to get his feet moving a little bit more. A few more shots. Nice mat return here by Oliver. He's pretty fair in the top position. He does a nice job of working wrist rides. I don't know how committed he'll be to it here. Good back pressure by Schnupp. He's able to get the escape.
The Nittany Lion out with an escape. Comes within a takedown of tying the match up. It's 3-1. Indiana's Oliver out in front in the first match of the meet here at Rec Hall between Indiana and Penn State. Penn State's first Big Ten duel.
See how he's kind of marching against Schnupp is a little bit. He's the onus is on him at this stage right now. He's going to go try to win. And go ahead and try to get his hands locked right there. Down circle tie right into a nice little single leg here. Again, Oliver, the more you wrestle and the more he can bring that explosiveness to the party. Nice mat return as well.
Great execution by Oliver for the takedown. Widens the lead, 5-1. Escape by Schnupp, 5-2. Less than a minute left in regulation time. 2 takedowns. The difference here, the only takedowns in the match so far, Oliver from Indiana out in front, 5-2.
Yeah, and if you're Oliver, you know that Schnupp is going to try to come at you right there. Just go ahead, drop in and get to an angle off of one of his shots, just like he did on that second takedown.
Come on, finish it out. Get your hands up. Wrestle. Hands up.
Again, point of emphasis this season is not using your hand in the face so much. You see Oliver really is still kind of doing that, and that's one of the reasons why probably Schnupp has a bloody nose, kind of taking a few right in the nose there, but you're not supposed to be able to go ahead and constantly go ahead and go with the open hand to the face.
Only 10 seconds left in the match here, and a little more blood time out. Try to get that nose fixed up, and we'll come in for the last few seconds. This match has been dominated by the junior from Indiana. Elijah Oliver looks to have the opportunity to put Indiana on the board here first. As time winds down, a takedown for 2, 7-2. The final score, 3 points on the board for Indiana. They go out front here at Rec Hall 3-0. Elijah Oliver, the winner by decision 7-2.